Hi, my name is John Olsheimer, and I am a credit expert who contributes to creditcardinsider.com. Today's question is this: how do credit card issuers detect fraudulent activity? All right, so obviously, if you have credit cards, then not only are you concerned with identity theft and fraud relative to the account, but credit card issuers are especially concerned because in many cases, either they are asked to absorb the fraudulent costs or they pass it on to their merchant customers, and they don't like doing that either. So there are actually two ways that credit card issuers detect fraud. First is most credit card issuers employ the use of very sophisticated fraud-related software. Now, this software is not unlike credit scoring models. The software actually will look at transactions and based on prior activity, determine whether or not that transaction is likely to be fraudulent or whether it's likely to be a valid transaction. The second way is the credit card issuer also looks for patterns in your use of your credit card. So if you always use your card in a certain manner, but then all of a sudden a transaction falls outside of your normal pattern, then that indicates to the credit card issuer that there is a chance that the transaction could be fraudulent and will normally trigger a phone call to the card holder. Many of you have probably experienced this scenario. You go out of town, you have your credit cards with you, you fill up your car at a gas station, or you buy something at a restaurant, or you make a large purchase that is outside your normal pattern of purchases. And within a few minutes, you either receive an email or you get a telephone call from the fraud department of the credit card issuer asking you to call them back. You do call them back when you get home or whenever you get a free moment, and they start going over recent transactions with you and ask you to validate or verify that the transactions were accurate, or if you have no idea what those transactions entailed. What they have done is they've identified usage of your card that is atypical, outside of your usage pattern, and are determining whether or not that the item is fraudulent by simply asking you whether or not you used your card at these particular locations. For those of you who do business travel and you use a credit card when you're on the road, you have probably experienced the same type of thing, and in many cases, those are going to be false positives, meaning that you are actually the one using the card at a hotel where you've never stayed before, or renting a car out of state, or using your card to make purchases at restaurants or other locations where you've never visited before. So in those types of scenarios, really all you're going to be asked to do is just to confirm and to validate that the transactions were in fact valid and accurate, and that you are going to be liable for making the payments when those do show up on your statement. If, however, some of those charges are invalid or fraudulent, then obviously you're going to let your credit card issuer know, they're going to shut the account down, and they're going to issue you a new card. And in many cases, especially with large credit card issuers, the ones that generally have really good customer service, they're likely going to overnight or FedEx you a replacement card as quickly as possible so that you can continue your usage of your account without any sort of delay. So those are the two general ways that credit card issuers try to detect fraud on your credit card. If you have any other questions pertaining to credit or financial topics, please submit them to creditcardinsider.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.